image on it. I think it was pines or pine sepals. So I prefer to.
It's a good process to have the form and the garbage of the form, or the rest as part of it.
Yeah.
And you have nothing left here. Don't have to clean up. Very efficient. I think that's it's an interesting way out of the art problem to do this children's way, or do it the bricolage way.
C'est une façon intéressante en dehors de l'attitude qui est propre à l'art, de les faire d'une façon qui pourrait être celle des enfants ou celle de, par exemple, du bricolage.
We did this I did this nearly like 20 years and I still do it today.
Oui.
If the art doesn't work.
Donc il a fait pendant 20 ans de sa vie et continue à faire aujourd'hui quand l'art ne marche pas. C'est sur ces autres façons qu'on se replie.
I think sometimes the so-called primitive way is the way too. If it's
Parfois, la façon qu'on pourrait appeler primitive est une des approches possibles. So this kind of difficult question.
Yeah, because kids are not primitive; they're just small.
Yes. Parce que les enfants ne sont pas primitifs, sont simplement petits. Non, mais par rapport à une question complexe.
Absolute precise.
Une façon absolument précise de penser.
But this seems elements of a game or of a play.
Ça semble des pièces d'un jeu ou d'une pièce.
Do you know the sculpture of 𝗵𝙬
Je connais les sculptures de 𝗵𝙬
I've seen it once, 120 of those.
On a vu une pièce de 120 pièces comme ça.
I think it's what I understand a good idea to have something chaotic and to put something with crystallization. Das heißt die Kristallisierung.
C'est-à-dire que tu groupes bien et que tu es en train de travailler sur une espèce de processus chaotique, mais qu'à la fin il y a quelque chose de cristallisé, comme justement la perle qui est posée. Ça lui semble une bonne approche.
Yeah, then it's the question if this is chaotic enough.
La question c'est ça, c'est chaotique ou pas? Peut-être moi je me suis posé la même question. I had the same question. I had the same question if this is part of the same process or not. It seemed that it's a third one.
Yeah. So this is my first work, and I mix with another work, and I put them together to find something others. Maybe some idea strange, but I want to understand what relationships between this chaotic another work.
It has just to be more consequent. So this is not consequent and this third is not really consequent. But the idea makes some sense. I understand what I understand, but perhaps I understand something wrong. You're from China?
No, I'm from Taiwan.
I think it can be very beautiful if it's consequent. So the back should be not just made, but made a little bit better. This is not it's not really consequent. This is man-made, and this looks like nature made.
Yeah.
And then this is again something.
And for me, when I'm looking for this body, I think about the birth. Comment on dit la naissance?
Yeah, yes, I understand. Yeah. That's why I like it. It's so simple. It's the opposite of the theme, but it makes some sense. So, but this can be much more organic or much more chaotic, and this piece can be much more refined, much more simple. And this is one, including this is one
why not?
arrangement.
So there is an idea of taking something from other things to remix something not possible to, another thing which is not possible to handle and to control and to fix.
What's not clear for me is the bass.
Yeah, me too. I'm not very clear on this one.
This is clear, this is clear, this is clear.
Yeah.
The ring is somehow clear.
Yeah, but I'm not.
This is absolutely clear.
Yeah, but I'm not so clear.
The
on
bass is not clear.
I agree. That's the only. That was my last.
Perhaps you can roll it
proposition.
with a steel tube. You can make it precise.
So I have to work again on
What you can do is take a plate and make put it on a plate. As a
Tu peux faire une base précise en roulant.
Ouais, c'est ça. Ouais.
Because to make it on a turning wheel, to make a plate or a pot is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
It looks like nothing, it costs nothing, but there are very few people who can do this. It's a 3 years training to make a pot like this, or even a plate. And I would keep this with it.
even if I make it dry very slowly, it will do
Will
this.
crack over.
Yeah. It's too thin.
It's not that because
No,
you can do something.
It has to shrink. It has to move. It moves.
Oh, if I put some oil or something like just to help it.
You have to something like plastic or something that makes it that the air is coming through underneath. So you have to do something that can move at the same time that can bring some air. But it depends if you want to have this kind of surface or not, if your fingers are important or not. You can also imagine to make a structure that can turn on every 3 hours.
Ah, yeah.
So it can be done, but it depends on what you expecting from it.
No, I like this kind of mass, impression of mass. I don't want
What's
to.
an idea is you forget the clay and get a block of wax. Solid wax. And makes the same out of wax. Because wax doesn't shrink.
Yeah.
I tried to make something hard inside and something more soft on it.
On skin.
But I'm not sure it's a very good.
It looks like art from the 50s or from the 40s. There was a certain style
In fact,
of destroyed figures. Very successful and then disappeared from one day to another.
In the end of the 50s, it disappeared.
There's some really brilliant. Okay.
Tu connais un peu la sculpture des années 50?
pas très bien, je pense.
Tu vois des choses des formes qui pourraient rappeler des corps un peu déstructurés.
Bah, j'ai quelques images, je ne sais pas si c'est les artistes-là.
No, there is nothing existing like realism the last 100 years. There's not a single realistic thing. It disappeared completely with a photo and with a mechanical reproduction of the world. The realist way more or less completely disappeared because it's too much work. And you need extremely know-how.
Extremely?
Know-how, how, for instance, just to make a sculpture of your nose or of the ear. It's so complex that you not even you don't even see it.
In fact, I'm trying to. I often make paintings, and I'm trying to.
From real people.
Too.
Yes.
From real people.
Yeah, and my professor or other students often thinks it's like some postmodern attitude, but it's not my project.
I find it very interesting to draw people from life. It's nearly impossible. Just a personal tension between two people. One is drawing, the other one is trying to as a victim. But it's 10 times more interesting than to paint after or to draw after photographs. Because on a drawing, you can draw with much more information than on a photo. Because if you draw a line, you understand it. In a photo, you don't understand anything because it's done mechanically or chemically. But I wouldn't destroy it. It's nice because it seems that I haven't seen this medical thing. And I will keep it exactly like it is, and wait what happens if it dries. It's getting more and more destroyed, and more more and more terrible, or more and more interesting. You don't know what happens.
I was thinking maybe to try to do another head, but I'm from a living person, living body.
But basically this is in art history, that's kitsch. Very fast. It's getting into kitsch. It means something, but it doesn't say anything. It's just meaning. So I would propose to make the same size head tomorrow of yourself. Of yourself.
Okay.
You get a mirror, because nobody will sit there and stand there for 5 hours, because it's awful work. I mean, it's really hard work to find the lines and the volumes. The lines are pretty easy to make. A sketch of a head is pretty easy, but to find all these volumes, it is a lot of stuff. And actually the face is also not so difficult, but all this, this 80% of a head is hair. To find a solution for that, it's pretty complicated. I would put the mirror here and keep this and cut it out of the block.
Okay.
But basically yourself. Well, who else would do this?
No one, surely. So I'll do it. I will use a mirror and try with my reflection. My okay.
And at the same moment you have it's a good project, but never anything comes out of there. It's as an idea, it's very good. As a result,
What do you mean with the skin?
not to make a figurative sculpture.
Yes.
If you ever look at the Bernini sculptures, you go completely crazy, because it's impossible just even to have the eye to do this in stone. The knowledge is completely lost. So you are always, when you're living in this time, you have to think contemporary, and you have to find translation for each little thing. I once, like 10 years ago, I asked somebody who I didn't know to draw like 15, 20 times. And I didn't work, and so I made this Japanese drawing, very fast, very, very fast, and many. And till today, everybody I draw come out the same drawings. Not the same, I don't match the model, but I make drawings. It's a reason to make drawings, a good reason. And she was reading a book about the rhinoceros, which nobody has seen. There was once, every 50 years, there was one animal in Europe. And all the realist masters have drawn this. Dürer, Rembrandt, everybody. It has nothing to do with the real animal, because they didn't have it in their scanner, not in their repertoire, so they could not draw this animal. There's a book about rhinoceros in the art world. It's out from the moon, and they couldn't see it.
Yes.
All these so-called realists, make very strange machines out of this, and because it was not part of the repertoire. And then there I found out what you draw and what you do, this so-called realist, or so-called the reality, it's already programmed inside. You only can draw your program and develop your program, and if you don't have it, you never can do it.
Sure. For sure.
And this is pretty strange that you only can make a picture of things that you already know. If you have no knowledge, you cannot do anything. Or something. That's why it's so it's so fashionable to take images out of the newspaper and out from design and from pop music and just make some collage.
Yes,
because it's an own world and it tells enough stories. Not for me, I can't even look at it, but it tells enough stories. But I find it interesting to confront yourself with a block of material and see what a good reputation would be. Perhaps it's complete abstraction, it's just two holes. And it's
to make because I don't want that they are just on the floor. And
yes, it makes some sense.
So now they are séchés.
You're drying?
They are drying, and I put water in it to do like that, and to if the clay is too dry, and also it's a kind of I don't know. It's something in reality that could be the fact that it could grow real plant, but here it just the place that water breaks.
Yes, the water makes the contrary.
Yes.
It breaks the clay.
Yeah, but what's tomorrow? It's all down.
I don't know, maybe every...
No, it breaks. It's too thin. It breaks.
Yeah, and it's gonna fall. Yes, no, not now, but yet. And it breaks. Yeah, and when it is dry, maybe I can do...
No.
I'm always think that maybe you can do something, but in reality, often you can do what you think.
There's only one way. There's only one good way, is to cut some real flowers, wait 1 week till they